The suspect points his handgun directly in the delivery man's face, and he simply is not having it. He slaps the gun away from the suspect and pushes him back, both men hands in hand in a struggle until the gunman pushes the worker into the wall, and the worker quickly pushes him into the door. He then picks up the fallen gun off the ground and tries to fight back as the worker attempts to block his view by covering his eyes.
Sheldon, little bootleg ass studio.
I was down on my looking to hit me a lick, ready to get into some since I was a jit. I had big dreams of getting rich. Now we leveling up in this. Take a look at my kicks. You know we stepping on toughest nigga. First one to get hit, don't make me send a blitz. My head is itching for it. Hollow to spit like a list, but wait. Whoa. Hold on, it's the motherfucker Kate and Deal. Welcome back to Sheldon's bootleg ass studio, where you come to kick it, vibe out, and shoot the shit with Sheldon. I really appreciate each and every last one of y'all for pulling up. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead, get up into this video of today. All right, so we got Chick-fil-A in the hot seat for the day. Chick-fil-A, they known for their exceptional customer service, and it's usually the same across the board at every Chick-fil-A you go to. They hit you with that my pleasure mess, which is very cringy to me. I hate that. I don't even say thank you with Chick-fil-A no more because I don't want them to say my pleasure. I just tell them, hey, have a nice day, and go on by my business because I don't want to hear that my pleasure miss. Some of them be so programmed, they still say it anyway. Anyway, that's beside the point. We got a Chick-fil-A employee. He bravely defends himself against an armed robber. He fights him off. This aligns with what Chick-fil-A employees do. They pretty much go above and beyond, and you know what I'm saying? He lived up to the Chick-fil-A standard. But I digress. Let's see what's going down. Make sure you hit that like button. Trigger warning, I will be shooting the shit over this video. That means I'll be stopping, pausing, interjecting, and commentating. So if you don't want to hear my commentary, jump off of this video. Search for the original video yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't jump in my comment section trolling because I will get on your dog ass, indubitably. But for those who are here to kick it, vibe out, and shoot the shit with Sheldon, I really appreciate you. Make sure that like button lit up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let's not waste no more time. Let's go and get up to it right now.
If you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
Worker lead a masked gunman into the back room. Just a quick side note here. It turns out this worker was just a delivery guy who happened to be making a drop-off at the wrong place at the wrong time. He says the gunman smashed through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru window and held the worker at gunpoint. And pretty soon it was clear he was after the money.
So hold on, you saying that this man right here that's about to get robbed, the man that's bravely defending himself, he pulled up to the wrong location? Is that what you're saying? By accident? What kind of luck is that? I mean, you got that. First of all, you put up to the wrong location. Then you getting robbed? Oh, man.
We see the delivery man shrug because he doesn't know the combination to the safe. In response, the suspect points the gun right in his face, so he leads the robber into the office. All this is caught on another security camera recording from inside the office. And from the moment they get inside the office, things are tense. The suspect pushes the worker through the door and points toward the back of the room. There's no audio, so we can't be sure what the worker is saying, but he's likely saying he doesn't know the safe's combo. The gunman points his finger directly in the worker's face, and you can see him shrug in response. The conversation continues, and the gunman starts using the gun in his right hand to point. Here's where things really heat up. The suspect points his handgun directly in the delivery man's face, and he simply is not having it. He slaps the gun away from the suspect and pushes him back into the other room.
Nah, for real though, because at this point, what you got to lose? At this point, what you got to lose other than your life that's already on the line with this gun in your face, and he ain't pulled the trigger yet, so you got to make a move. And you better think quick before he either accidentally pull the trigger or decide to pull the trigger. So the best thing is what he did. Go ahead and knock them, try to hit, you know what I'm saying? Yo, let's get with it. Let's tussle. Shit, I'm fighting for my life at this point.
That push from another angle, showing the worker's intense response to the suspect pointing the gun in his face. The worker comes at the suspect full force and even falls to the ground in the process. But he gets up just a second later and rushes at the suspect, pinning him into the door and grabbing his head. You can see the suspect's hat fall to the ground.
The suspect didn't want to do it. He didn't come in there with a motive to actually delete somebody, because otherwise
he had the chance to, when dude fell, he could have just went ahead and unloaded on him. So he really probably ain't even got no bullets in there. It might be a fake gun, who knows? But at the same time, the worker don't know that. And at this point, man, it's all or nothing.
The suspect fights back, but it's the worker who gets
He's revealed himself. His mask done came off now.
the next big win, elbowing the suspect in the face. They're in a bear hug before the suspect starts smacking the worker, hitting his head with the gun. In all this commotion, things fall off the nearby shelves, and the gun drops from the suspect's hands. They're up against the wall now, and the worker covers up the suspect's eyes. The suspect keeps fighting back, but you can tell he's getting tired. Things slow down for a moment here until the worker
This young dude, he looks younger than the worker. This young robber looks younger than the worker. He gonna let this old man handle him like that? Like, let's be honest. Hey, that old man got some adrenaline from God. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, my life on the line, man. Shit, he finna give his all, damn it. And yeah. He gonna get that man a run for his money.
gets a second wind and pushes the suspect. Up next, they're getting tangled in some jackets hanging on the wall before they are hand in hand pushing at each other. But the gunman gains some ground on the
Playing
worker,
patty cake.
overpowering him just enough to push the worker back into the office. So now we're back into the office camp. You can see the door being pushed open, and just a second later, the gunman is choking the worker.
Damn.
With full force, the worker pushes through the door, and they're both inside the office now. The suspect is on top of the worker for a second, but not for long. It looks like he's about to slam the door in the suspect's face, but he's not quite done fighting yet. Switching back to the other cam now. The worker pushes the suspect, walking him backwards into the other room. The
They
dance
dance.
continues here, both men hands in hand in a struggle until the gunman pushes the worker into the wall. It seems like they're almost catching their breath for a second here, but then the suspect has his hand around the worker's throat. The worker pushes back, and the pair goes off screen just for a second before we see the suspect once again. We can only see the gunman here, struggling with the worker who's still off cam. The employee pops his head back into frame for a split second before he's off cam again, and the fight continues. In the midst of this altercation, the office door is pushed open, and a second later, the pair is back inside. Here's another look at the office cam. We see the door fly open before the worker crashes inside. The next thing you know, he's going after the suspect again and drags him into the office, pushing him against the desk. They're in a tangle now, almost like another bear hug, as they both struggle to gain control over the other. And just like that, they're back in the other room. The new angle shows the suspect
Back and
and
forth.
worker in the bottom right corner of the screen for several seconds. That is until the gunman crouches down to pick up a glove that he dropped during all the commotion.
Where your gun
The
is?
gunman's left hand grabbing on the worker's shirt, but the worker does not back down. When the gunman falls, the worker picks him straight back up and eventually starts to push him across the floor. You can actually see the suspect
The fuck?
sliding across the tile.
That
The
nigga's
gunman
strong than a
falls,
bitch.
and the worker quickly pushes him into the door. He then picks up the fallen gun off the ground
Ooh.
and tries to fight back as the worker attempts to block his view by covering his eyes. They're still entangled here and begin spinning in circles. That's when the gunman drops his glove, the one he just worked so hard to pick up. Things slow down for just a second until the gunman gets a burst of energy and pushes the worker backwards. They go off.
He got that
cam
gun in
once
his hand, boy. Whoo! After you done work so hard to catch your breath, and he dropped the gun when you caught the breath, and now he done picked it up. Now after you done worked that breath out of you again, shit, man.
again, but the dance carries on. Suddenly, they're back in frame. The gun
See, he ain't trying to do nothing with that gun though. You can tell he ain't, cause he ain't got nothing nip in there, cause he'd have been done did that.
and walks to the door, but the worker simply won't let go. The struggle continues as the worker puts his hands up to keep the gunman back. The next thing you know, the suspect reaches for the door as the worker grabs his wrist. The gunman walks back.
I would let that man go at that point, cause I was only fighting for my life. You had that gun. I see you trying to leave. I'm gonna let you handle your business and dip. Shit.
Through the door, and the worker follows, still defending himself. This next part isn't caught on camera, but the suspect runs off and the worker calls 911. Officials eventually caught up with the would-be robber. He was arrested and now faces multiple charges, including armed robbery and aggravated assault. Reporting for Law and Crime, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Damn. Well, that was intense. Shit, man. That man was he was fighting for his life for real. He gave that man a run for his money. Gray hair and all, beer belly and all. Shit, he was giving that man a run for his money. He wasn't weak. Yeah, man. Shit. On God, indubitably. Let me know how you feel about this in the comment section below. If you vibed all the way up to this point, I really do appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, I'm SheldonVybez. I need y'all to be cool like the other side of the pillow. Stay light on your toes like you supposed. Oh yeah, no.
If you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
God.